when a question was asked by the media. The slavery past discussion is currently being discussed throughout the kingdom. Yes, we have been notified that there will be statements made on the 19th of December. There is also a Katshuis discussion happening tomorrow in the Netherlands where our plenipotentiary minister will be taking part. And 2 weeks ago, two persons, I mentioned that last time, did take part in those discussions in Curacao. So there is let's say, an effort, and we can commend the effort to have discussions with St.Maarten, but we have reiterated in writing to Bezetka and the government of the Netherlands that we were not involved in the beginning of this discussion with the dialogue group officially as St.Maarten. We are currently in the process of setting up an advisory committee, which will be specifically for slavery, atonement, reparations. There is an existing 10-point action plan that CARICOM has established for this purpose, which will form the basis of the discussions moving forward. A representative of the government will be sent to St.Maarten. I got further information from the state secretary on this, as well as several other Dutch politicians. I've also sought discussions with members of parliament, those that support and do not support the government, to hear their stance as well. And everyone who is part of the government seems intent that this is but the beginning of what has to take place, and that is something that was sent forth by us as St.Maarten already. They're still requesting another response in writing, which we may be sending. There is a letter that is drafted from the Council of Ministers, which with my further input later today would be going to the Netherlands as well with certain questions. Though some of those questions were answered to me verbally, we believe that a response to our first letter as well as to this one is needed before we can be clear as to what will be happening on the 19th. Because it is definitely not the intention that a representative of the government is here translating the statements made by the Prime Minister, which will be made in the Netherlands, and that we then jump up and make a statement as well. So as country, we are in the process of establishing a committee. First of all, this committee will then meet with stakeholders, etc. I would definitely want to invite them to hear what the representative of the Dutch government will have to say in their statements. And thereafter, St.Maarten, as well as all of the other countries involved, should be given the opportunity to assess the content of said statements/apology to determine the value of it, in terms of the sincerity of it, and if it addresses the points that we see as important.